Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of Talking with Rich. I will be your host, Rich Holmes, also known as Richaun Holmes to others. And today, let me stop playing. No, I'm gonna just talk about my first semester at college and some of the things that I've learned, as well as some of the things that I hope to continue, and some of the habits I formed in this first semester that I hope to continue to better myself in my college experience. And so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the transition from high school to college, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not an easy transition. In high school, I was just so used to sliding through. You know, didn't really have to take notes all that heavy. And a lot of things that we took notes on was in the book, and so I would just read the book and I'd be able to pass like that. And I had a lot more time on my hands, time to study, and time. Even though I was still playing basketball in high school, I had a lot of time as well as for recreation and everything like that. So, but when I got to college, I really had to learn that I had to set a time for everything. I had to set a time to study. And when I had practice, set a time to sleep. Then set time to have fun. So it's all about transitioning from learning how you learned in high school to learning at the college level. And I learned the importance of taking notes, which brings me to my next point: academic skills. Because note taking was always a big problem for me because a lot of times I I couldn't really understand what the teacher was talking about, or I would just copy down the notes word for word and run out of space, and things like that, and not understand when I went back. And my first semester at college, I really learned how to abbreviate and take better notes. That's easier for me to understand in the own way that I talk and in my own language. So I was able to do that, and it really helped in the long haul, especially now getting ready for finals. I can go back and take a look at my notes and study instead of trying to find all the material in the book. But the notes are directly from the teacher's mouth, so you can really count on that being on the exams, and that helps you learn better as well. And then time management also. With time management, like I said before, I really had to learn how to manage my time. I had to be really organized this first semester. Excuse me. This first semester had to be really organized. You know, uh, set times for everything. I mean, to study, to sleep. Because if you don't set times for yourself now, when you get to this finals week and you're all unorganized, it's not going to be good for you. So it's better to manage your time well now, knowing when to go to study table and study and get things done. That's why study table is such a big help, because it helps you manage your schoolwork. And the time the time that you spend in study table will help you in the classroom, and so that's really helpful as well. And then developing relationships with the faculty, that was a big thing for me, because up until I got to college, I never even had a one-on-one conversation with a teacher, unless she called it or he called it. If he wanted to talk to me after class, then that's when I have a one-on-one conversation. But I've never went to a teacher and said I need to talk to you until I got to college, because in college you're just like really just another number, and the teacher can do his best to help you. But if you don't put in that time and effort to go and see the teacher on a one-on-one level, he may not have time to give you the individual help that you need. And I learned that quick. Trying to learn in a class with 150 people in it. The teacher's not going to be able to satisfy your individual needs all the time unless you go there and you take the initiative to go and talk to the teacher yourself. And so that was a big thing for me. And lastly, just my success as a student athlete, and I understanding that student comes first. I have to, in order to be successful on the basketball court, I have to get good grades, because it goes hand in hand. If I don't get good grades, I won't be able to step out on the basketball court. And so the success of a student athlete starts in the classroom, and I had to understand that, because for me, it's always been basketball over school. But here in college, you can't put basketball over school, because you need school more than ever in order to play basketball. And so I learned to put school first, and that's really helped me. And now my grades are getting better. a lot better, and I'm able to do what I love to do, which is play basketball because I take the initiative in the classroom. And so those are just some of the things I learned in college and what helped me in this first semester at college. I really hope you enjoyed this time talking to me, and I appreciate your attention. Thank you, and hopefully we'll continue a good year in school. Roll along.